Alright, let's talk about this because this leak is actually very interesting, and if you're into Redmi, Poco, or flagship phones, you'll want to hear this till the end. So new leaks are coming out about the Redmi K100 series, and it looks like Xiaomi is already working on its next big flagship phones. According to the leak, there will be two phones in this lineup. One is the Redmi K100, and the other is the Redmi K100 Pro Max. And yes, just from the names, you can already tell which one is going to be the monster. Now first, let's clear the confusion for people who don't follow Redmi closely. Redmi usually launches these K-series phones only in China, but later the same phones come to global markets under the Poco brand. So if you're a Poco fan, don't worry, this matters to you too. Let's break this down step by step in a very simple way. First, the Redmi K100. This phone is internally called Athens, and its model number is Q11. You don't really need to remember that, but leaks like these usually come from internal testing, so that's how we know these phones are real and not just fake rumors. Now the big thing here is the chipset. The Redmi K100 is expected to use the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. This is Qualcomm's current top-level chip. That means this phone is clearly going to be a flagship phone, not a mid-range, not budget, full power. So you can expect things like very fast performance, smooth gaming, better battery efficiency, and strong camera processing. Basically the kind of phone that doesn't slow down even after years of use. Now let's talk about the more exciting one, the Redmi K100 Pro Max. This phone has the codename Songwon, and its model number is Q11X. Earlier, Redmi used to add a U letter for the higher model, but now they've switched to X because they started using the Max name instead of Pro Plus. And here's where things get really interesting. According to the leak, the Redmi K100 Pro Max may come with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6. Yes, Gen 6. This chip is not even announced yet. It's Qualcomm's next-generation flagship processor. That means Redmi might be one of the first brands to launch a phone with this chip. If this is true, then performance-wise, this phone is going to be an absolute beast. We're talking top-level gaming, crazy fast app loading, better AI features, and probably improved battery usage as well. Now keep in mind, this is still a leak, so nothing is 100% confirmed, but Redmi has done this kind of thing before. They love being aggressive with specs. Now here's another important thing. Just like older Redmi K-series phones, the K100 series is expected to stay China only. That means you won't see a Redmi K100 officially launching in many countries. But don't worry, because globally, these phones are expected to launch as Poco phones. According to the report, the Redmi K100 could come globally as the Poco F9 Pro, and the Redmi K100 Pro Max could launch as the Poco F9 Ultra. So if you've used Poco F-series phones before, you already know what to expect. High-end specs, aggressive pricing, and flagship-level performance at a lower cost compared to Samsung or Apple. Now let's talk about timing. There is no official launch date yet, but based on Redmi's past pattern, these phones will likely launch towards the end of the year. For example, the Redmi K90 series was launched in October 2025 in China. Then 1 month later, the same phones came globally as Poco F8 Pro and F8 Ultra. So if Redmi follows this same schedule, we could see the Redmi K100 series around October and Poco versions maybe in November or December. That gives Xiaomi enough time to finalize software, optimize performance, and hype the phones properly. Now pause and think about what this really means for users. If the Redmi K100 Pro Max actually launches with Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6, then Poco F9 Ultra could be one of the most powerful Android phones when it launches globally. And knowing Poco, they will price it very aggressively. That's where things get exciting, because if Poco gives Gen 6 power at a lower price than other brands, it's gonna shake the market again. But of course, performance isn't everything. We still don't know about the camera, battery, charging speed, display, or design. Those details will come later. But even just from the chipset leaks, you can tell that Redmi and Poco are aiming big with this generation. So to sum everything up in very simple words, two phones are coming. Redmi K100 with Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, and Redmi K100 Pro Max with Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6. China launch first under Redmi branding, global launch later as Poco F9 Pro and Poco F9 Ultra, expected launch near the end of the year. If you're someone who loves fast phones, gaming phones, or just wants the best performance for the money, this is definitely something to keep an eye on. Leaks like these are just the beginning, and more details will come soon. Cameras, charging, pricing, everything. And honestly, if this Gen 6 chip leak turns out to be true, Redmi and Poco might once again set a new benchmark for flagship killers. That's all the information we have right now, and trust me, this story is only going to get more interesting from here.